So these are my piece. I've cut it on the fabric and also on the lining. Make sure you give half inches allowance all through. Then on the sides, make sure you give them 1 inches allowance, 1 inches on the side, but any other things both up, down, half inches. And also cut your lining pieces and also make sure you gum your ST on it. So let's dive right into the sewing of this very quickly. So guys, use the pattern paper to cut out your desired bust part shape as you see me do. So for the center front padded on the side, yeah, that's the place. I'll be adding half inches allowance and I'll just be cutting it out so that it could fit well on the dress. Half inches allowance on that, yeah, half inches on the side. Then for the side front, on the part where you'll be joining the bustier, also add half inches allowance on your padded form and just bring it out like that as you see me do. Cut it out in 2 pieces. So after we're done doing that, we're just going to go ahead and position them on the clothes. So while positioning them, make sure you leave half inches. Don't forget you'll be sewing it. You can see it fits properly after we added half inches to it. Very, very important. Also leave half inches allowance. We're going to go ahead and iron it down, the gummy part of the wording. So also for the side front, you can see it's sitting perfectly. Then also at the upper part, leave half inches because we're going to be joining it also. So you can see on this one, I just went ahead to trim off a little bit. If you have an issue, just trim off a little bit and iron it out. You can see I've gone ahead to iron it out. So the first thing I'll be doing is to join it by that same half inches on both sides. So I'm just going to be using my office pin to hold them down and I'll show you what it's looking like after I've gone ahead to join it. Do for both sides. Yeah, that's for the other side. Also join it with your half inches. I'm just holding it all through down with the pin to join it. Do well to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you. So also, I forgot to mention earlier, anything you do on the fabric, we're also going to be doing on the lining piece. So what I'm just doing basically is just creating boning channel beneath the blouse there. Just create it in any style you want, the boning channels, and go ahead and sew boning channels. I'll also be gauging my bust, not really necessary for this tutorial, but I'll be doing it. So this is what my cloth is looking like, and also my lining. Can you say I cage my bust? This is not really necessary for this tutorial, but I just did it because I want it to fit perfectly. I also went ahead to fix my boning channel. That one is important. Fix it your boning channel where you're going to be passing your boning. Also ensure you are giving everything a good press. So that's that on that. Give it a very good press. So bring out your back piece. Yeah, you bring out the center back and the side back and join them as they are. Make sure you do not mix them up. Join them together as they are, and also do the same thing on the lining. So I'm just going to be using my office pin to hold them to show you how I'll be joining them, and also make sure you give it a very good press. So I've gone ahead to join it and also give it a very good press. So now you need to pay right attention here. This is the back piece. I also went ahead and join it. Now on the joining of both, I make sure I run a stitch down for passing in boning. After joining, I run a stitch to hold both sides down. So it will be passing boning, and immediately after it, I sew a boning on it. Immediately after it, on the side coming towards the loop area, you can see the boning I sew. Just go ahead and sew it on it. So now I'll be creating the front effects that will be in this style. So I came up by 1.5 inches and I'm just going to be using my free hand to create that effect. So after I created it, I cut it out on one side to the center and I position it to the other side to be able to replicate the design. So that's just what I'm doing basically there. So while cutting, I noticed I am having a sharp edge at that point, so I'm just going to be using my scissors to blend it into a more preferable shape. You can see the shape I'm having there. Now we have to also alter the back so one will not be longer than one. Just position the front to rhyme with the side and notch the point it gets to and create a kind of back line you'll be wanting for the back. So you can see what my own block is looking like. So what I have done on this fabric now, make sure you restitch every point where we cut so it will not be loosening, and go ahead and join the side. So I've joined the side as you can see, and I also did everything I did here on the lining. Also the altering, I did everything. At some point you'll be having your boning coming being close to your fabric. Just go ahead and loose it upward carefully so that when we're joining to the fabric, it won't be giving us issue. So just position the fabric and the lining together and we'll be sewing them all around. But do not forget we'll be passing stripe at that point I'm showing you on the bustier. So you can see I've gone ahead to loosen my boning on the part I know it will be affecting. So I just pushed it inward like this, so it will be convenient for me to join to the fabric. And I also position them right side facing each other. So I'll be joining from the sides, yeah, from the side all through, and I'll pass my stripe at that joining of the bustier at the front. That place I'm putting my hand exactly. I've gone ahead to sew my stripe off camera, so I will be putting it on both sides as I'm joining it all round. At that point where our joining of the front bustier is where we'll be putting our stripe. So I've gone ahead to join it all around. As you can see, this is what it is looking like. I'm just going to trim off every bulgy part of it, so I'll not be having issue turning it. And I'm just going to go ahead and notch it all around also, so it will be easily turnable. Just go ahead and notch every point that needs a good notch all around. So this is me notching it finished, and I'm flipping it to the right side. Also make sure you give it a very good press. Use your scissors to point out every point edges, so we'll have the shape coming back to place, and give it a very good press. So now just position it on your body, and you see you'll be having excesses of lining, or probably if they are much, you just be trimming it off to the actual position. Make sure you iron it well, so you'll not be having a reduced measurement. If your lining is smaller to your clothes, it could give you real time issue, so take your time here. So this is me just trimming off the excess of my lining to my clothes. So we are gradually coming to the end of the class. So now I'll be running a boning stitch at the end of the loop area. Can you see? Just 1/2 inches stitches on both sides like that. And also we'll be passing our boning at every point. The joining on the loop area, the boning I created on the front side, the ones I'm showing you right now, I'll be passing my boning. So this is me passing the boning on the end area where the loop will be passed through. You have to pass it, and also leave a 1/2 inches space beneath, so you'll not be having issue joining. So this is me passing for the front. I'm passing for the front area, making sure that it is 1/2 inches away from the very end, and also doing that for the extreme end of the other side of the loop area. And this is what it is looking like after I was done doing that. So now what I'll be doing is I'll be piping the hem of my clothes, and I've gone ahead to cut my bias. I'm going to position the clothes center side facing each other. So this is my bias. It is on fold, and you can see the way it is looking like. So I'm just going to flip it in. Look at the way I did it carefully there. I make sure I folded it at the end inward, so it will be giving us a neat end. And I'm just going to sew all around. Then I will flip it to the right side, just the way we run bias. So I've gone ahead to do that, and you can see what it is looking like. Our clothes is actually coming to shape. So we're going to just go ahead and fix our eyelets. This is something you can just do and fix your eyelets. And for the stripe, we'll be bracing it on our clients to know where they sit perfectly. We'll be draping it. I don't want to do that now, so it won't be having issue. So I'm just going to go ahead and fix my eyelets. It's advisable you drape your stripe on your clients. So this is me just fixing the eyelet. This is the process of me fixing the eyelet. This is literally the end of this tutorial. Please, you can do it to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If there's anything you want us to work on, do it to let us know. Thank you and bye. See you next time.